Welcome to the Homeowners Roof Guide presented by Rainstoppers Roofing. If you're a homeowner and you've ever wondered things like, do I really need a new roof? How long should shingles last? Or how do I know if a contractor is trustworthy? Then you're in the right place. On this show, we answer the most common roofing questions homeowners have and give you the honest, straightforward information you need to make the best decision for your home. No sales pitches, just real answers from people who work on roofs every day. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Homeowners Roof Guide podcast by Rainstoppers Roofing. And we're here again with Mr. Scott T-Bay. And we got some new questions here. This one is a pretty common question, I feel like. From what I've been told between the guys that are out on the jobs, they get asked this pretty frequently. How do I know if I need a new roof or just a repair?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's kind of there's not always a perfect answer to that question. Age is a big deterrent, right? Shingles today are much better than they were 15, 20 years ago. So this, take this with that in mind. 20 years ago, shingles just weren't real high quality. If they last 20 years, that was probably a pretty good roof. If you get 25 years out of a shingle, then that's probably really good. So I know like some roofs were called 25-year shingles or 30-year shingles. Assume that they're going to maybe get to 80% of that. And that's probably about where they're going to start failing. So big signs that you can look for as a homeowner to know that I'm getting to the end of that life expectancy. If you look up at your roof and it's kind of shiny looking, shingles are made of asphalt and fiberglass mat. So if you're starting to see that real shiny looking stuff come through the shingle itself, that's the fiberglass exposing itself. That means the asphalt's starting to break down, the granules are starting to come off. That's a sign that it's showing its age. If it looks really covered in moss is really bad for roofs. It deteriorates the shingle. If you're seeing real heavy algae growth, that's usually a sign that it's probably getting to be that time. The biggest thing is higher quality, or not even higher, but consult with a quality contractor to do a legitimate inspection. Our goal is to never sell you something you don't need. And I think that's truly the goal of most contractors. But there are plenty of contractors out there that don't want to do the piddly $500 repair. They only want to sell you the $12,000 roof. We don't really like selling repairs just because the way our business is built, we're just not really set up for it well. Because we do so many replacements, our crew sizes are just large, so we can get in and out quickly, miss chances of rain, different things like that. Most of our crews are 8 men. It's hard to send 8 men to a repair, and the way we're set up, it's hard to break a couple guys off to go do a repair while we have replacements going on. But we do have referral partners that we send. You call us out, one of our inspectors come, they check it, they're like, hey, the roof's only 10 years old, it's pretty good shape. You've just got X, Y, and Z going on up there. One of two things is probably going to happen. That inspector is just going to say, hey, I can just fix this while I'm here. And honestly, we're probably not even going to charge you for it. Again, we just like building relationships with people and taking care of homeowners. That happens often if it's simple, right? Like we're not going to run to the store. If it's something we can fix while we're there, we'll just fix it for you. Or if it's a little larger repair, we'll give you a phone number to somebody that's very good with repairs just to come out and knock that out for you. A much less cost than what we would have to charge to do it. So yeah, those are probably a couple of the big signs. I mean, obviously if you see shingles missing and the ultimate sign, if you've got water intrusion, you getting brown stains on the ceiling in the house or water on the floor, it's probably getting to that time unless you just put that roof on 5 years ago, right? So age is going to be the biggest determining factor. But I've seen 15-year-old roofs completely shot due to different circumstances like poor attic ventilation. If you've got really poor attic ventilation, the shingle lifespan goes down dramatically. So there are reasons. We will do some repairs, but one of our policies, if the roof is 15 years old or older, we won't repair it. Just because typically there's a lot of times there's more damage done to the surrounding area. So if you got a repair here, we have to work all the way out here. And a lot of times you do damage to the surrounding area trying to make that repair. So it's just opening a can of worms that we just don't like to do. So yeah, that's the big things. Age, fiberglass showing through, granule loss. If you're noticing like at the bottom of your downspouts, huge piles of granule, you'll see that during a new install. Don't be mistaken, because a lot of granule comes from inside the bags. During the first couple rains, yes, you will see some granule. But if it's 10 years later and you're getting huge piles of granule, That's due to the roof starting to show its age. So granule loss, fiberglass mat showing through, water coming inside, shingles missing. Those are all things that are, going to tell you that it's getting to be that time.
What do you think about 3-tabs?
They're absolute garbage. So, I mean, at this point, yeah, they're just junk. Like we won't install them. Period. We just won't. Like, you can't. It's not going to be the same price, or we're not installing 3-tabs. They're just not a real quality product. 20 years ago, yes, they were. That's what the market expected. Today, the product that is available is much superior. We're not going to put junk on your house. We're going to put something decent on your house, and that's what we want to do. So if we see 3-tab roofs, that's a pretty good sign that it's an older roof, because most people are kind of in the same mindset I am, and for years haven't installed 3-tabs. So you'll see your one here or there that's a newer one, but most cases, if it's a 3-tab roof in 2025, you're probably due or getting real close to being due for a replacement.
Mm-hmm. I was riding around with one of the guys the other day, and he's like, it's the rule of 3. If you see a 3-tab, it's probably an old roof and it needs replaced.
Yeah, it's a fact. There's like I say, there's those few scenarios that's not the case, but I would call it 95% of the time. That's usually a good rule of thumb.
All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for this one. Thank you so much, Scott, for joining me, and we will see you on the next one.
See ya.